everybody, I am the MoeChicken. Welcome to my stream. Oh, welcome y'all. I am a bit sleepy peepy tonight, and so we will not be playing a game. Instead, we will be drawing, because... Oh, wait, something? So now you want me to do like a Valley Girl voice? First you tell me to shut up, and then you're all like, Valley Girl. Fine, well, since I guess I can talk again, yeah, we're gonna be drawing tonight. It's just gonna be a stream of me drawing for a little while. I don't really know how long I'm gonna be doing it. Just kind of like as long as I want to. I've been drawing on my new tablet, and it's so good. You don't even know. You don't even know how good this is. Get that vocal frag out. You know it. You know it. So we're just gonna be doing some of this tonight. I'm still working on some pictures of like Romancing Saga 3 characters. I've been doing a bunch of these. Let me show you. I'll show you the other ones. They're really good. They're super good. I'm really happy with them. Give me a sec. So this is Thomas. If y'all remember, a long time ago, we used to play Romancing Saga 3, and I started a version of the game with this guy Thomas. This guy right here, this man Thomas. He's a merchant. He's a merchant from the town of Shannon, and he's one of the characters you can play as. So cool. Thomas of the Clan Day. Oh, you know it. This is him as a chibi. I'm doing okay, I think that's enough. I'm doing chibis of everybody too. The idea is that I want to make like backgrounds out of all this. And so I have to I have to make like the chibi, and then I have to make the portrait. So I've done Thomas. I've done, well, he's faded out for some reason. I've done Mikhail. I've done Monica. I've done Ellen. Ellen is not showing up for some reason. Oh, she's turned off for some reason. Ellen, and I have done Julian. And so right now I'm on Thomas. Let's see. I'll show you the other portraits too, though. Let's see. Open. Also, just so y'all know ahead of time, we are streaming this off of my non-streaming computer. I think I've mentioned to y'all before that I have like a streaming computer and then like a non-streaming computer now. And but my tablet, my new Cintiq tablet, which is what we're drawing on tonight, is on my regular computer. This is Ellen, so that's Ellen's portrait. And so I had to kind of like move things over. And so if there's anything like off or weird, let me know. I will try to fix it. But hopefully everything sounds fine. And then it's made of Monica. So Monica, Mikhail, these two are brother and sister, by the way. Julian, Ellen, and Thomas. So I'm working on Thomas. That's what we're gonna be doing tonight, because I just love playing with this thing. This tablet is so cool. Super down with it. Is the music still playing? I can't hear it. I have it turned down really low on my end. Sounds like it's still going. If the music goes off, let me know. I'll turn it back on. But yeah, I've noticed sometimes if I turn it up to a volume where I can hear it during these streams, it comes across on the mic, and that's not helpful. So yeah, we're just gonna be drawing tonight. I really genuinely questioned whether or not I wanted to do it, because I had to go back into, like, I had to go to the drugstore today to check in on one of my prescriptions. I had received a note that, like, one of my prescriptions was no longer available. And so I went in today to find out why, and then as soon as I got there, they're like, oh no, it was just out of stock. We have it now. Yeah, dog, welcome. So I got it, which is great, but it did mean that I had to leave work early this afternoon, and so I had to go back into work after I was done, and I only got back like a little while ago. So I was like, I don't know if I really want to stream, but it just feels bad when you don't stream. Like when you've got a day that you kind of set aside and you're like, this is the day that this is one of the days that I like to stream, and then you miss it, you just feel bad. It's that classic, like, self-imposed responsibility situation where, like, you do something and you decide that people are counting on me, whereas in reality people are probably not counting on you. You know, it's like, nobody, I'm not saving anybody's lives right now. I'm just streaming me drawing. Yeah, streamer guilt, that's a good way to put it. And so I was like, I should do something, so yeah, I'll get into drawing stream, because I might have been doing this anyway, so it's not that big of a difference for me to just be talking as I do it. Oh, what else is going on though? I have come to the conclusion that I will not be able to get the Romancing Saga 2 translation thing that I was gonna try. First of all, thank y'all in the Discord for helping me find that what is it, Translubo, something like that. It's like an automated you remember the guilty time you had to postpone a D&D running the last campaign? Yeah, I get that. There's just this feeling of like, you know, like people are counting on me. Like there was a anime called well, the English name for it was So Long Mr. Despair. The Japanese name was Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei. And the whole comic was about this guy who could only ever see the worst in anything. And so he was always finding ways to go into despair, you know, Zetsubo. The anime. It was just sort of like he would get upset about like the most minor things. And there was an episode actually about exactly what I'm describing, the idea of sort of like a self-imposed responsibility, where he pointed out like a bunch of people that felt like it was their duty to do this or that, and they were all like silly examples. Like one of them was like an ice cream shop which claimed that they would make up new flavors every week, and like it showed like the guy who owned it. He's like, I've been doing this for weeks and I feel like I'm running out of ideas, but if I fail to live up to my standard, it will let so many people down and stuff like that. That's kind of how I feel about this. It's like, it was really gonna let down. I don't know, but I thank y'all for coming out anyway, and hopefully you enjoy watching me do a little bit of drawing. I have really been enjoying doing these or using this new tablet. It's super cool. For all that I still haven't paid it off yet, so there is that. But it's still cool. I still think it's super cool, even if I haven't paid it off yet. Oh, the Romancing Saga thing. Yeah, so to explain what was going on there, in case I didn't explain it before. Romancing Saga is a trio of games for the Super Nintendo, and fans have translated the first and third, but no one has ever done a full translation of the second because there are multiple official translations in the form of the Romancing Saga 2 HD remaster that came out on Switch, and then Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven, which is honestly a very good remake, like a 3D remake. And I've been playing the 3D remake. And being the kind of person that I am, though, it always makes me think, it's like, well, what's the original like? And the closest we have to that in English is the remaster. But the remaster's so ugly. I hate the way it looks. It's two things mostly. One, they for the remaster, what they chose to do was make it so that they used the original sprites, the original 16-bit sprites, which is cool. I'm down with that. But everything else is like 32-bit or better. You know, everything else is like smoothed, modern graphics, like really clean. Hey, Darkman. Really clean looking. And it just kind of makes everything look out of place. Like all of the characters walking around and stuff clearly look much lower resolution than like everything else in the game. Like you go into the menu, everything's like high def. You're walking around in towns, everything except the people is high def. It just looks weird. So that was issue I had number one. But honestly, the bigger issue for me, frankly, is, and this is entirely a me thing, I know. If you've ever, we're talking about the Square Enix remasters again. I'm explaining in case anybody here is new and doesn't know why I'm griping. They did this thing. If you've ever played, like some of the later, I think it started with Pokemon Black and White, maybe. They did this thing where they used rotation and scaling to Starkman's just like, okay, if you insist, again. I'm sorry, I'll try not to bother with it too much. They did this thing where they used like rotation and scaling to make the Pokemon look like they were moving. A cool enough idea on its own. I think it looks terrible. I don't like the way it looks. It looks very artificial. It looks like it underlines the fact that the graphical fidelity is much better than the sprites would lead you to believe. Oh god, it keeps doing that. That's something I haven't been able to figure out yet. Every once in a while, my tablet will just kind of like, it's like it will just kind of put down a stroke for no reason, and I'm not really sure why. I assume it has something to do with the touch features, but oh wait, is this the Revenge of the Sopranos? Yep, I think the Sopranos are here, right? Yeah. This song is so freaking weird, man. That's me. I'm the Phantom Stroker. Doggone it. Stop doing that, then. I don't need that. It's very inconvenient. It's a Joyzy thing. What you talking about? Oh, the other day on Blex stream, we were listening to Castlevania Symphony of the Night music, which is what we're listening to right now. And there's a song in Symphony of the Night, what you're hearing right now, where for some reason so much of the song is just like this woman just kind of making noise. Really? Just kind of being like, ah, 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 ah. Like there's no like song to it. It's just kind of like her going like, ah, 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 ah. And Bleck described it as the revenge of the Sopranos. Suffice to say, this is not one of my favorite songs. And if y'all also don't, a lot of those high symphonia stuff, but also it sounds like someone's stepping on a cat. I can see that. Could see that. You could definitely get that with some of the songs from what's that game called? Artonelico. Especially the earlier ones. They would just kind of like I used to make the joke that a lot of the songs just begin with someone going wah, just kind of going wah. It's, I mean, I like that game, and I like the game. Like the thing that drew me to that game so much was the music, but sometimes it's a little strange. All right, what do we got here? Right down here. Did I finish the thought about? No, I didn't finish yammering on about Romancing Saga. So they did this thing with the morphing and the shifting, and it's only on boss fights, so it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. But I hate it. I just think it looks bad. I don't like the way it looks, and I hate the fact that our only option in English is that version. And like, welcome back. You missed the revenge of the Sopranos. Yeah, and so like I was trying to figure out how to do like automatic translation, and some folks were kind enough to help me figure out yeah, of course you knew. Yeah, it's the Symphony of the Night song. We're listening to the soundtrack, or at least you should be listening to the soundtrack. I assume y'all can hear it. But yeah, I was talking about how so much of that song is just a woman going, It's just, that's what she does. It's just a woman making noise for a while. It is kind of quiet. Do y'all want me to turn it up? I can bump it up. Okay, that's at it's at 0.4 now. So if 0.4 is still too quiet, I can boost it again, but he's falling off of something for the whole song. Oh, by the way, Black, congratulations on beating Mega Man Zero. I know that was quite the struggle, so congrats on that. It was not an easy thing to accomplish, I am sure. I'm actually really excited because as much as I like Mega Man Zero, watching you play Mega Man Zero just made me want to play Mega Man Zero, and so I'm honestly more excited about No Elves was foolish. Yeah, well, there you go. I'm sure you still made a high ranking by the end, so well done, sir. I think in the end I also used an elf for that the one fight against Copy X. I think it was the only place where I used an elf, and it was only on my fourth or fifth time trying to beat him. You get B rank. Oh, that is shocking. Doggone it, Dan! Stop making phantom marks. Stop with your damn phantom strokes. Oy vey. Let's see. I'm gonna actually make sure dark. In spite of all your deaths and continues, they're like, hey, yeah. Again with the phantom marks. The heck, man! I gotta delete it again. You ever seen a streamer named Lightning Edge? He'll either make Mega Man look like a little kid's game or make you feel like you're really bad at Mega Man. I mean, I can't say I've ever seen them. I mean, I'm not bad at Mega Man, I don't think. No one can stop the Phantom Stroker. Yeah, I'm excited to watch you play Mega Man Zero 2 because I've never played that one, and so I think it'll be easier for me to just kind of watch and not get like wrapped up in that desire to play it. So I'm excited. I'm excited for next Mega Monday. I still feel like I haven't. I still feel like I haven't really finished the thought about Romancing Saga 2. But I also feel like, you know, if you have to go back that many times, maybe just let it go. Alright, cool. I think this one's about done. Thomas. I have to put the outline on him, though. I've gotten really into doing this, like, thicker outline thing. Too distracted to easily finish. Well, my thing is that, like, I usually remember them, but then, like, I go back and, like, it's way past the point I was originally talking about, so I forgot what point I was trying to make. I hear Romancing Saga 2 is heavily romanticized as a saga. It's a great game, and that's why it's so frustrating to me that I can't play it in its original form. I mean, to finish the thought out briefly, I wanted to play the original SNES one. I found various ways to try and do that. None of them have worked, and I'm pretty much given up. I even went so far as to reach out and join the Discord of one of the translation groups that has been actually the same people that did Legacy of the Rudra for us, Eon Edge. I joined their Discord and I was talking to them about things, and I was trying to be subtle about things, but they could probably tell what I was fishing for. And I mean, they made it pretty clear that, like, unsurprisingly, these are all passion projects. You know, they don't go out and ask people to submit things. It usually comes down to if someone is curious about a game and they want to translate it. And based on that, it didn't sound like anyone was particularly passionate about RS2. So, you know, it is what it is. I'll just have to accept that, at least for right now, there's not going to be any sort of way to play the SNES one unless I just want to go through without being able to read it. Because that was one thing, is that, like, since I just played the Revenge of the Seven version, I probably could make it through the game even without being able to read it. But, like, is that really much of an experience for an RPG? to play through an RPG you can't read? It means it boils it down to the combat, which for me is the least interesting part of an RPG. I generally think of the combat in an RPG as a necessary evil to get to the interesting part, which is like the story and characters. So I'd probably just have to accept that I'm never going to get to see it. But such is life, such is life. And I still haven't finished the Revenge of the Seven version, although I'm pretty dang close at this point. I have done that in Jump Ultimate Stars. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, again, like, as I was playing, I knew what was going on. I was familiar with the events and I knew what was happening, but I had no way of, like, the combat in some RPGs is why you didn't have the pin. Yeah, I mean, some people really get into it, and there are some RPGs that have really interesting and complex combat situations, and oftentimes I don't like those as much. Like, there's a friend of mine who's a big proponent of the Tri-Ace games. Tri-Ace is a development company, and a lot of their games have interesting and complicated battle systems. Hey Cyber, welcome. Feel free to lurk. This is going to be a low energy stream anyway. Started off on a high note with Dan getting me to shut up for a while. What's it say? Yeah, combat situations, fights, battles, whatever you want to call them. And he was like, yeah, Tri-Ace is great. Their combats are always super fun and it's a good time. And I'm like, yeah, but don't you get, like, tired of them? Because, I mean, you still have, like, plenty of encounters. You still, like, especially with some of their earlier games, they still had random encounters, which meant anytime a fight broke out, you had to, like, go through this arduous, complicated battle system where you can't just like mash the attack button over and over again. Eine Multi, willkommen. So like, yeah, it's less fun. Actually, that I've talked about Trice game, Resonance of Fate in the back, like a while ago. Oh, did I not pronounce it right? Ayanimorte. Ayanimorte. Sorry, I didn't say it right. Yeah, Resonance of Fate. It's like a cool game and it's like interesting, but the combat takes a while and I got sick of it. It's like I don't want to fight these fights that are like so complicated. I want to fight like, you know, easy fights where I can skip them and get to like the fun part of the game. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So, I don't know. There's another game I was thinking of just before I started talking about Resonance of Fate that was a good example of that as well. Oh, yeah. Have y'all ever heard of the games, the Agarest War games? I don't know how many there are. I think it's just like 2 or 3. But, they're a good example of, like, a game where the battles are just unforgivably slow. At least the one I played, Agarest War 0. Only a little bit, because I got sick of it, basically. You think I should fill this in? Question. By the way, when I realized I wasn't going to finish the art fight, revenge for you in time for the art fight. No, it's fine, dude. I was happy to just to see it at all. Because it's such a weird thing to see my characters drawn by someone else. Do y'all think I should fill this in? This is open space. Or should I leave it open? Like, oftentimes if I encounter, like, a little gap like that, I'll just fill it all the way in. But that's kind of a wide gap. Never too late as long as you meet your goal. I mean, it is true. Who was I talking to about that the other day? I was talking about, oh, well, let me... Getting too distracted. Okay, I'll leave it. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, Agarest Wars... The biggest problem with Agarest Wars Zero's battle system is that it's not so much that the battles weren't fun or anything. Like, they had some cool stuff going on. But, like, you leveled up way too slowly for how long the battles took. Like, a battle might take, like, 5 minutes. But you wouldn't get enough experience to really justify that. Are you saying we're distracting? No, not at all. Of course not. Honestly, it's not y'all that are distracting. I distract myself. I don't even need y'all here. Please stay. I don't even need y'all here to distract me specifically. I can do that on my own. But yeah, like, for the amount of time it would take to finish like a battle and like get level ups, it just wasn't worth it. And I tried to do something. It just didn't work out for me. I'm a distraction. Hey, look over here. Hey, I'm a distraction. Hey. There are a few things quite as attention grabbing, I think, as the spinning possum. Possum's spinning possum emote is just a wonderful thing. Oh my goodness. Oh, my dinner's fighting me a little bit, y'all. Oh, it's fighting me a little bit. It's a great emote. Don't get me wrong, like the Black, what is that one called? Black Dance? It was a Black Groove, something like that. Black Groovin', yeah. Also super fun. You should make something around. I mean, it's weirdly very appealing. I feel like I see so many like I see patterns with emotes. Like you see a lot of emotes that are originally based on like Peepo emotes, you know, like Pepe the Frog kind of emotes that are like just altered. You see a lot of like the little anime girl ones where they have like a similar theme. Like I've seen a lot of them where it's like a little anime girl like writing furiously, or a little anime girl you want people to join you at the Roxbury? Where is the Roxbury? Is that in like New York or Los Angeles? I don't really know. Yeah, so you see like common things, but there's some that are definitely more fun than others. I like pretty much anyone that like does oh, different gifts? I was just gonna do that one again. Look at this. Los Angeles. Belk Trendsetter. Heathen. Yeah, I actually was making I was offering emotes to like other people. Like I made some emotes for Possum. And I even made some for Ian, although I don't know if he's actually going to use them. But I was like, oh, that woman, this lady, who is that? She's also very, very distracting. This TwitchCon hype lady is is her head popping out of the ground? What is this picture? It's so mysterious. There's that one, and then there's the one with like the woman with the robotic arm. Where's the robotic arm lady? Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at? I'll find her. I'll find robotic arm lady. There she is. This one. Okay, it's actually a girl holding a wrench. But for the longest time, I thought it was a girl with one robot arm. So both of her arms are up, and her left arm is like a robotic arm. I thought it was just Robot Lady for the longest time. I couldn't figure out why so many people automail like an FMA. I don't know what that is. Like Full Metal Alchemist. Okay, yeah, I could see that. I just thought it was a robot arm, and when I finally noticed that it was like supposed to be her holding a wrench, I was just so like, oh my gosh, what is this thing? Damn, what is this thing? What did you just put here? What is this? Raregalick. That's that one's creepy. I don't know if I like that one. It was freaking me out a little bit. Anyway, yeah, to finish the thought though, I was like making emotes for people, and I was like, I could make one for Black, and then I realized you had such big emote game already that I was like, I shouldn't impose. So I said, no, hold off on Black stuff, because yours are already too dang good. All right. Okay, I think we can say Tom is done. Someone sent me a subscription, and that creepy emote came with it. You don't even know the channel. Well, that would be fun. And then maybe I'll do it then. I mean, it would be one of my little pixel ones. Blah, why did I eat so much bread for lunch? Or for dinner? Blah. A twerking chicken? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's true. Although I do already shout you out quite a bit, Black. Since we tend to stream at the same times. Well, we tend to stream on the same days at least. Speaking of, did you ever decide if you're gonna do if you are going to do audio or like music on Wednesday from now on, or you gonna stick with art? For those who don't know, I'm shouting you out again. Black here does something called Visual Wednesday, wherein they do drawings. Flip over. Yeah, I'll call it done. It's fine. And to Vibey Wednesday, so you can do either. Well, it works. Oh, it is Tuesday. What am I thinking? It's Tuesday. It's not Wednesday. Why did I think it was Wednesday? I was so convinced. I was so convinced that we streamed on the same days. No, I streamed Tuesday and Thursday. You stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Whatever. Idiot. All right, let's do somebody else. Let's see who's next. So I've done. Right now I'm doing the 8 main characters. No problem. You got good stuff. Other people were here that stream. I would shout them out too. Are there people here who stream? I'll shout you out too. You actually muted third part of it because you hit mem. It's fine. Dan does that. Dan pays to make that happen, so it's just what the people want. Oh wait, Ken, you stream too, don't you? What kind of stuff do you do, Kenj? I think you stream. I might be wrong. Stream on YouTube. What do you do? By all means, tell us. What do you do? He's on YouTube. His streams are great. Oh, there you go. I should check them out. All right. Thomas, Mikhail, Monica, Ellen, Julian. Where do you, are you, is your stream, art mostly a couple games, is your stream, like you have a schedule, and is your stream channel just Kenjamin85, or is there some other name for it? Let's see. I gotta dig up pictures. References. Do I have a picture of everybody? I don't have a picture of everybody. Okay. It is a good track. Kenjamin art for art stuffs, jammin' gaming for game content. All right, go check them out, folks. It's good stuff. All right, so our options now for the next character we do are Sarah, Katrina, or Harid. So I will show y'all. There's like 6 other jam games. Okay, so that's. Can y'all see that? Did that pop up or not? Okay, yeah, there it is. So that's Harid, the Whirlwind. That's Katrina. And that's Sarah. So those are the 3 of the 8 main characters I haven't done yet. So I can get them all on the same screen here. I love this giant tablet. It's so cool. I'm really glad that people convinced me to waste money on it. Because I'm really happy with it. Why'd you go to the next one now? Alright, so Harid, Katrina, Sarah. Y'all have a preference? Or should I just go from left to right? I know. It's just like right now, things are problematic at my day job. Oh, you want to use Harid? His nickname actually is the Whirlwind, so it's funny that you should call him Whirlwind Man. That actually is his nickname in the game. And fair enough. You do love your scarves, that is true. Alright, I'll use her then. Let me check his sprite too, so I can know what his sprite looks like. The artist who did this, I've talked about her before. Tomomi Kobayashi. She is incredible. I think most of the work that she's done has been... Sorry, my dinner is still giving me fits. Most of her work, I think, has been on the SaGa series. Yes, Tomomi Kobayashi. Excellent artist. Her art is just so, like, elegant and beautiful, and, like, it's imaginative in the same way that... Why am I putting on this screen? Whatever, I guess you can see it. This is a sprite sheet, so that's what he looks like in the game. So he actually doesn't have his big flowy scarf in the game. Maybe I'll put it on him. It's a rare example of a dark-skinned character in a Super Nintendo game. Enjoy it, because it never happens. But yeah, like, her art is beautiful and flowy in a way that, like, Amano's art is, Yoshitaka Amano. But it's so much more, like, grounded in reality. I really like it. I actually thought they were the same artist for a long time, but they are not. Alright, so we're gonna do... How to read next? What is this song? This is one of the more experimental songs in Symphony of the Night, I think. Some of, what was it, I'm blanking on her name. Blanking on her name. Who's the composer? Black, you know. Who's the composer for this? It starts with an M. Michiru? Michiru Yamane, yes. She the composer for Symphony of the Night. Excellent composer. Sometimes. Other times, you're like, this one? This is the finished product? I don't know. I don't like every one of her compositions for the game, but a lot of them are very good. Alright, sketch. Yeah, she gets weird with it. I mean, it makes sense. Like, a lot of the songs that are super weird are the ones that are, like, incidental music, like something that if you were playing the game, you probably wouldn't hear for very long, you know? And so you don't really have to have, like, a banger of a song if you're going to hear it for, like, 30 seconds. But, yeah, when you actually sit down and listen to some of them, it's like, oh, this is pretty out there. So what y'all up to tonight? Anybody doing anything cool? Having a good evening? Enjoying yourself? What does the scabbard for a scimitar look like? Her full range is... Yeah, that's true. Scimitar. Okay. What does it look like in the sheath, though? Finish up work, then home for Taco Tuesday, and maybe record some Metal Gear Solid 2. Ooh. MGS 2. Very nice. I want to play, do like a series on Metal Gear Solid at some point, because I've never played all the way through it. I played part of the way through it. And I liked it. I wasn't great at it, but I did like it. I was getting through it. But I just never finished it. Ooh, comms work. Very nice. Competitive practice sessions for Armored Core 6. I thought you didn't actually play Armored Core 6. Like, I remember you did that drawing, that commission for Armored Core 6. You're terrible at the game. It's delightful. It's a pretty fun game. But I didn't know you actually played it. All right, Scimitar, medieval. What's this one? I guess I could show you all what I'm doing. I'm looking up scimitars. Medieval warwolf. What's a warwolf? Ludgars. Oh, you play it. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. You filled your apartment with plastic fumes and destroyed the remaining Cinnabon. You tried to preheat the oven for dinner and forgot it was in there. Oh, then you dealt with the cars trying to destroy the windows. Oh no, it's terrible, Dad. I'm so sorry. I'm so curious about the war wealth. Whatever though, it's not what I'm here for. Scimitar, scimitar, scimitar. What do they look like in a sheath though? I love this song, by the way. Well, we'll just have to fake it, I guess. Like, this looks like it's not a full sheath, but rather something you just rest in there, you know? Like, you put it in there blade first, and then you snap it closed. I don't know if they had actual full sheaths that would work for a scimitar. What about a Talwar? Let's see, alright. Talwar. This is kind of more what I was thinking of. That's kind of nice. I'll go with that. Basically, I just needed a curved sword for him, and I don't have that much experience drawing curved swords. There's so many cool kinds of swords out there, you know? Oh, man, looking up specific weapons while listening to this Symphony IOSD is a vibe manager I can get behind. I will be happy to do so anytime you want to watch. Because like I feel like I heard once that a scimitar's sheath is like wider at the base, like it's much wider than the actual sword, because you have to draw it in kind of a weird way. And so I would prefer for it to be as accurate as I can, but it is just a chibi, so it's fine. Doggone it, Dan! Stop phantom stroking on my stream. Now I gotta delete this thing? You and making your dirty marks all over my screen? With your stroking? Frickin' guy. Oh, that one was my fault. No, stop that. Got the wrong tool here. There you go. Okay, get my picture back up here. It's not a great picture. I mean, it's a cool picture, but it's not a great picture of him for me to use as a reference, unfortunately. Get good, bro. I'll do my best. Like, I think his design is supposed to be more like Arabic. I think is what he's supposed to be. Because like in the game he comes from the Naj Desert. Work. No, come on, do it. All right, don't. But I kind of wanted to give him like. Have you ever played Get to see Richter move back and forth between being a sexy pirate man and Kojima's art portrait art to being a funny little Ryu from Street Fighter looking guy in this right? Yeah, accurate. Have you ever played FF Tactics? There's a character in FF Tactics who doggone it, Dan. This is you. All of this is you. Giving me fits. Yeah, the art style, but you haven't personally played FF Tactics. I mean, it's a great game. It's super fun. But there is a character in it named Malik or Malik. And he has kind of a haircut sort of like Dan. Blame me for every time you're doing this to me. He has a kind of a hairstyle like this where it's like it's sort of like a shaved on the side and long on the top. And I think I'm gonna do that for this guy. Because that's one nice thing about drawing characters from like sprite games is you can kind of fudge a little bit and add a little bit of your own into it, which is nice. Yeah, I mean it's a good game. It's one of those games that, like, I think I've talked about this before. I've played it more at the end of the game than I have like the regular game. It's like it's a game that has a strong like post game in it. You know, there's like a lot of like bonus dungeons and stuff, and you can just kind of like go around and keep fighting battles even after you're done. And so I played, like, being the kind of person I am, I was like, well, I've beaten the game, but I still have lots of classes to master, so I think I'll just keep playing. And so I just kind of played into perpetuity, and get your tacos on. All right, enjoy it. Thanks for coming out, Kenj. Yeah, so I just kind of kept playing for a while, and so I'm very familiar with like the later parts of the game than I am the actual game itself. Where was I going with this though? But yeah, I mean, I definitely like it. I think it's a good game. Played this guy instead of Violence Tactics. Greg is the voice actors and stuff. I mean, that's fair. They're definitely different styles of games, to be sure. I gotta play this guy at some point. I know Eden, I think it was Eden, mentioned that Justin was a big fan of the Disgaea series. The only problem is that I know it would require like so much leveling up. I'd have to play it all the time, like off camera, just to get through it, because there's just so much in there. Disgaea 3 is still stuck in press. You mentioned that before. Is there a reason it's your favorite? Like, does it have your favorite storyline? Does it have the most characters that you like? Is it that it was like the first one you played or something? Like, what makes you like Disgaea 3 the most, Darkman? Because you have mentioned that before. Disgaea 3 is not my favorite, so I'm interested to hear an alternative perspective. Actually, pretty much the same way. You found the humor great? Well, it's a good answer. I just get so sick of the school setting. I feel like it's been done to death, and so it would have been a hard effort for, like, it would have been hard for me to like it in the first place. But I also hated the way that Raspberry said badasses every time she said it. I got so sick of her saying badasses. Like I didn't dislike her character, she was fine. I just hated that every time she was on the screen, she'd talk about how she's a badass. I was just like, stop saying it that way. Stop it, Raspberry. Stop saying it that way, please. She wouldn't do it. I really like the story and the characters and the motivation for entertaining you. Pretty cool. I know that like from what I remember, the beginning of the conflict between Mao and his father were because his dad like kicked the console or something and made Mao lose his like save data on a game, and ever since that point Mao decided he would kill his father. He's like, I will destroy you because you made me lose my save data. The student mad scientist, yes. He was a rebel in that he always went to class on time. Shocking! Okay, that'll work. Right. I should not have eaten so much dinner. It's fighting me. Why? Like I remember the sort of like most tragic thing about it was I seem to recall not only did his dad immediately apologize when it happened, he also tried to have like a father-son bonding moment where he was like, well, let's just you and me, we'll play together and we'll get you back everything you lost. And then Mao was like, oh no, Dad, I'm gonna kill you instead. Like I seem to recall that his dad tried to be like a good dad about it, and Mao was immediately like, no, unacceptable. Yeah, it really was just the setting. I just don't like that. Well, it was the setting, and I remember that was also they kept adding more like grinding systems. This is a problem I think with all the Disgaea games actually, is that they're very much designed for people that love to like micromanage and stat grind and that kind of thing. And like early on in the series, there was a limited number of things you could. Dan, you see this? You who did this? You did this. Stop it. Yeah, like early on, there was kind of a limited number of things you could actually like grind, and so it was like manageable. But they just kept adding in more and more things. Is that like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on fire? Yeah, it's Dan. Stop it. Yeah, they just kept adding in more and more things. And I mean, if you used them properly, you could do some amazing things. Like I had friends who were way into the Disgaea games because they could do these like crazy stat boosts and all this kind of like madness stuff. But like for me, I was just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do all this grinding, this never-ending grinding. And so I kind of fell out of the series for a while. A master of the Phantom Stroke. I love this one. I think when I first played Symphony of the Night and I got to Olrox's Chambers, which is what this song is from, Grindly Gook, this is where I suddenly was like, oh, this game is something special. Like it because Symphony of the Night was the first like exploration Castlevania game that I played, and I didn't really know what to expect, and then I heard this and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not just like a action game. This is like, there's something elegant here. It's beautiful. I really do like this one a lot. Oof. Side note, Olrox is really weird. Like, as just a character. Who the heck is he? Why is he there? Oof, sorry. We might actually have to call it early because my stomach is not letting up in terms of all these, like, gastrointestinal issues. I found out later in life that apparently Olrox is supposed to be a reference to, I think, was it Orlok? No, I think Nosferatu's. I need to. I don't want to spread misinformation. Oop. This. Let's see. All right. Let us learn. No, we will learn. Google. Castlevania. Olrox. Olrox. Oh, he was in the animated series? That's interesting. I didn't know that. I kind of lost track of that. Oh, spooky looking there. Alright. What's Shanoa doing? Oh, she's using a Cerberus down here. There he is. Where's the trivia, though? Trivia. Yeah, Count Orlok from Nosferatu. There he is. Look at how spooky he is. Ooh. Anyway. Blech. The Richter season? Oh, they've got a Richter season now? I kind of lost interest in the series pretty much after the first season, really. Like, when they killed Dracula in the second season, I sort of felt like the season had peaked at that point. And then after that, it got into, like, politics. And I was just sort of like, I don't care about this. I just wanted to see them beat Dracula. And they did that, and it was great. There's a very gripping sequence where, like, Dracula is real. Like, when he's fighting Alucard, he yells out to Lisa. He's like, Lisa, I'm killing our son. And it's, like, very dramatic. And it's really well done. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Because it's like, this is when he's remembering, you know, his beloved wife and, like, the time he shared with his son and his wife. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's so dramatic. And that was like, that little bit of humanity was actually what allowed them to kill him, surprisingly. Like, the little moment when he was no longer a monster was what allowed them to end him. That's really cool. And then it just went into politics. And I was just like, I don't care about Carmilla and these, like, this coven of female vampires and, like, this one woman who just wants to have sex with Hector, even though the other vampires make it very clear that it's like having sex with livestock. It's just, I don't know. It really went downhill. Yeah, that is often the case, but like it's never been a thing in Castlevania. It's never been a part of Castlevania. And it felt so like out there for, because like the first season really nailed the vibe of Castlevania, I think. First season, excellent, super good. Ended on a high note, really loved it. First half of second season, super good, continuation of the first. And then it just, they were just like, oh no, we have to fill a few more episodes. What are we gonna do with the remainder of the series or the season? And they're like, I know, politics. Yeah. That Castlevania 3. There was also a picture of Leon Belmont in the Belmont Stronghold, which I thought was really cool. It's a good reference to the idea. Clearly, Castlevania or Triple Pilot. I don't know. I don't know if I'd agree with that, Black. I feel like they were really just trying to... I don't know. I don't think they knew what they were doing at that point, and I think they kind of lost track of it. That's just me, maybe. I don't know. I've only ever seen it once, too. Maybe I'd like it if I saw it again. Maybe I was just so shocked that, like, it was... You were expecting worse right when I was soured on it? Well. Maybe I should watch it again. I don't know. I did really like the interpretation of Isaac in the show, because his interpretation in Curse of Darkness is something else. He's something else in Curse of Darkness. But I mean, in the show, they made him a really interesting character, and I really thought they did a great job with his character in the show, as compared to the game, where he was just a flamboyant, silly person with pants that were way too low riding, uncomfortably low riding. The best and most accurate, I think the best and most accurate screen iteration of the Castlevania story was What We Do in the Shadow. Yeah. The fight against Legion was really cool. I mean, like, I guess what it maybe that's what it really was that when they did the politics part, it felt like they had strayed away from Castlevania into like filler content, or like fan OCs kind of, OC territory. And I was just like, no, come on, man. This isn't what I signed up for. I want more Castlevania. So, again, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's better than I'm giving it credit for. Maybe I didn't watch enough of it. But again, first season, really dang good. First half of the second season, really dang good. Just kind of fell apart after that. You know what popped up on my YouTube earlier today when I was watching was a video about some people making predictions on like video game movies, and they were talking about the Zelda movie. Is there going to be a Zelda movie? Like, I feel like that's something that was like joked about in the past, but I didn't think it was ever actually going to happen. It has been discussed in earnest. Wow. I mean, truth be told, I did like there is a Zelda. Wait. There is, or is going to be? Cast was announced last month. Wow. Okay. I mean, I did not expect to like the Mario movie as much as I did. I actually really liked it. I had some complaints about it, sure, but for the most part, I liked it. So maybe they can do it again. I don't know. it just feels like so much content to be put into a movie, you know? Like with Mario, they have the opposite problem of like not enough content to really justify a movie. But with Zelda, it's like, is it just gonna be like the fight against Ganon? Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do in a Zelda movie? I don't know. But I will say one thing. I was watching a they went with relative no names, which is smart. There's an option between live action or animated. Choose live animated every time. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I feel you on both of those, Black. That's pretty much how I feel too. That's why I like sprite-based games so much. Is I really think that there's something to be said for that. He's got these kind of patterns on his cloak that I would like to try and replicate. I might just replicate those in a color though. It hits different. Yeah. I don't know. There's. I was talking earlier about the Romancing Saga remake, Romancing Saga 2 remake, and how there were things I didn't like about the way they did the animation. That's kind of what I was getting at, is that like there's a sense of like, Dan, do you see this, Dan? Do you know who did this, Dan? I feel like you're like a pet that I'm rebuking, Dan. I feel like Dan, you made on the carpet. Dan. And you're like off in the other room with your ears flat against the back of your head. You're like, maybe you won't see me in here. Dan, I gotta clean this up now, Dan. You got it all over the carpet, Dan. Thank you for being a good sport about this, Dan. It's really fun for me, so I appreciate it. Voodoo doll specifically of my tablet. Oh, it's funny. What were we talking about before? Dan ruined everything. Oh yeah. So, there's a sense of like deliberateness when you have to make like all of the sprites for an animation in a video game. And that's one of the things that I learned actually thanks to Bleck's animation, was the value of like not necessarily showing each individual frame, but rather using like little, no, that's not what I meant to do. Using like little what was that term? You use it sometimes. It's not smush. The term for like in-betweens, where it's like things are distorted in between. Slide or do you know what I'm talking about, Black? You're good at them. Like you do a good job with them. Breakdown. What's the term you use though? Squash and stretch. Smear frames. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. You got it. That was what I was looking for. Smears are low, smears are low. I'm not good at them. I always want to do the whole movement, and smears keep things like punchy, kind of. And what kind of helped me figure it out was watching the sprite animation for the character Chrono from Chrono Trigger. His sword swipe. I think it's only 3 frames. It's the sword down, the sword slightly moved, and then the sword all the way through the full arc. And it feels very like sharp. It feels like it's just like whoosh. It feels like a really fast movement because they didn't show every little part of the movement. And so when you're making a sprite-based game, I got spittle all over my tablet here. When you're making a sprite-based game, doing something like that allows you to, or having to consider that, makes the movements more interesting, I think, than if you had a situation where you're doing it with like a 3D model, or you're doing it with like a rigged model or something like that, where you know, you can just interpolate the frames and you can just tell the computer to do it. That's less interesting to me. And so like that's, I know we don't animate in the same way, Black, but that is one of the things I find most interesting about your animation, is the fact that you do these smears, because they make your movements really dynamic. So where was I going with that? I guess just to say that, like, I would prefer a game that has carefully considered like sprites than that maybe looks a little rougher than a game that has like what do you call it? Really perfect computer generated, I guess, sprites, or computer position sprites. Oh, that took me a long time to say. This is outline Reed. Reed's kind of an interesting character in the game too, because like the whole point of this character is that he is, like, for those who don't know, for those who are maybe not familiar with the beginning of Romancing Saga 3, it begins with a attempted coup d'etat in the town, or in the I guess marquisdom is how you describe it, of Loan. It's ruled by a marquis, so I guess you'd call it a marquisdom. Basically, there's the ruler of, or the new ruler of Loan is a man named Mikhail, who shortly before the game began, like I think it was like 2 months or something before the game began, his parents, the previous rulers of Loan, passed away under mysterious circumstances. Immediately following their deaths, the nearby inn, I think it was in Yamas, it was like another town nearby, perceived them as weak, and so they, you know, tried to mount an invasion of Loan. And so Mikhail had to kind of go off and defend the town from that. But while he was away, the people who it's sort of implied were responsible for killing his parents, like through poison or something, try to have a coup d'etat in his absence, and it causes Katrina, who is one of the other characters we yet to draw, who is like she's like a loyal, not servant, a loyal retainer, I guess, of Loan, who has been sort of the constant companion of Mikhail's sister, Monica, since she was a little child. And basically Katerina's like, okay, we got to get you out of here. This is where your brother is. Take a horse, ride out, and see if you can contact him. In the meantime, we will try to delay things on this end. So Monica has to, like, she flees into the night, into the rainy night, to go and find her brother. Along the way, she's not very used to dealing with a horse, so she rides it too hard, and it winds up kind of like, I don't know, stopping. It's kind of not clear why it stops, but basically it just stops running, and it's sort of implied that, like, the horse is too tired to go any further. And conveniently, she happens to be near a, like, frontier town, a place called Shinon, and she kind of stumbles into the bar there, and says, you know, is there anyone who can help me get to Loan? And that's actually where most of the characters in the game meet up. Thomas, Julian, Ellen, Sarah, and Harid were all in the bar at this same time. They were all like friends, and they had gone out to a bar for like fun. And then Harid is a roaming mercenary, and so he just kind of like was there getting drunk. And so Harid actually immediately recognizes her as the was it Marquise? What's the female version of a marquis? Of Marquis? Maybe it's Marquis. I don't really know. Anyway, he recognizes her, and he's like, "Oh, well, you're the leader of Loan. what are you doing out here? And so then she kind of comes clean. She's like, well, I was trying to get to my brother's camp. There's been a coup d'etat in Loan. I need someone to get me there. Marquois. I don't know, actually. I don't know what the... Like, it... From what I looked up, it's spelled like the word marquis, but with an E on the end. Marquise? I don't know. Marquess? Yeah. Well, anyway. Basically, he's like, okay, yeah, I'll bring you, but you gotta pay me. And he's like, you're gonna pay me very well, considering you are the leader of a country. And so she's like, okay, yeah, I will. And, or no, at first he's like, I'm not gonna get involved, you're too much trouble. Because again, they've only been like the leaders of the country for like a couple of weeks, or maybe a couple of months. But then, actually it's Ellen. Like Julian's kind of an idiot. And so he's immediately like, oh, she's a pretty girl, we gotta help her. And, Ellen's like a good-hearted person, so she's going along with it. And she kind of like makes fun of, Marquis Marky Mark and Funky Bonk. Yeah. Marky Mark. Marky Mark and the Funky Bonk. It's the funniest thing. Thank you for coming out of Lurk to say that, Cyber. Feel free to recede back into Lurk. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, anyway, Ellen kind of like mocks Harit a little bit. She's like, you're a soldier, right? I can see you've got a sword. Is that just for decoration? Do you not do anything with it? And so he's like, all right, fine, I'll help. And that's kind of how they all join up in the first place. But yeah, he's kind of a cool character because like once they actually make it to Marquess is the masculine, while Marcianus is the feminine equivalent, apparently. Oh. That's interesting. Well, call me informed then. I did not know that. Yeah, once they actually reach the camp that they're trying to get to, Mikhail's just like, oh hey, aren't you the whirlwind? Aren't you Harid the whirlwind? Could you join my army so we can fight back against the people that are trying to take over my country? And then Harid's like, only if you pay me enough. So like his whole thing is he's a sword for hire kind of guy. So he's a cool guy. All right. Oh, it's getting bad. I'm really trying to decide if I want to stick around or not. My stomach is not being kind to me right now. I don't want to stop drawing. I want to keep drawing, but I'm wondering if sitting here is actually causing me to like lean in a way that's putting pressure on my stomach or something. Oh, doggone it. I did the wrong. I did. Whatever, it's fine. it's fine. I'll keep it. I'll try a little bit longer. Oh, it's super good. I'm very happy with the new tablet. I was talking about that at the beginning of the stream. It's great. Like now that I got it, now that it's working, it's great. I super like it a lot. One of the nicest things about it is I have a bad habit of like leaning over too far when I do drawings. And with this thing, I can see it just fine from further away, and so I wind up sitting up in a better position most of the time when I draw on it, which is like great. It's great for my posture, it's great for my health, just a good thing in general. Let's see, what colors are his clothing? What colors are your clothing? Blue and green, according to this. But it looks like it's black. Looks like it's more black here. I'll make it like a dark green. Findele, findele, findele. Y'all ever played Rondo of Blood for the TurboGrafx? It's a fun game. Like, I get why it's so famous. I think Dance of Gold is a different song. I think this one's called either Phantasm Dance or like, it's hard for me to know because when I was younger, I had a habit of changing the names of all the songs when I would get them. And so I actually don't know the original songs for most of my soundtrack, most of the songs on my computer. Did I ever stream that? I don't think I did. It's possible that I may have streamed it a little bit when I got my Analog Duo, which was the TurboGrafx for the TurboGrafx analog system. But I don't remember doing it. At the very least, I don't think I've played all the way through it on stream. What I would say to that, Dan, is give it another try. I think that Castlevania is a game that you get better at when you get used to it. I think a lot of people get that impression early on, like especially if you're playing one of the older ones, you'll be like, this is too hard. I can't do it, whatever. Because I was that way. But then you just play them a little bit and you get used to the rhythms of them a lot better, and you might find that you're better at it than you think. Y'all, I hate to say it, my stomach's not getting any better. I know it's lame. I'll be back on Thursday. Is there a particularly good entry for a newbie? It depends on if you want more of the platformer versions or the raid possum. I don't do raids. Or you want the what do you call it? Exploration ones. I'm sorry, Black. It's the same thing with like Ian. I don't know. It just feels weird. I don't want to do it. I mean, y'all can go by all means go watch Possum. She does a great job, but I'm not gonna do like a formal raid because I wouldn't want it, so I don't want to do it to someone else. He did recently start doing raids, but I do still think he doesn't like them. Sort of still think he doesn't enjoy them. It's just something that he's opting to give in to. To finish the thought on a good one to get in on, I would say either Super Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo is a pretty easy one that's a platformer. And then if you're interested in the exploration ones, Symphony of the Night. You really can't go wrong with Symphony of the Night. If you don't want to do Symphony of the Night, I'd say Aria of Sorrow for the GBA is also a really, really solid entry. Those are both not only very popular games, but also very easy to kind of get into. It's a courtesy thing for me if you're a fellow streamer. Yeah, I guess that's true. Is there anything formal about doing a raid? Like, how do you even do it? Is it like something I can click? Or do I just tell people to go to Possum's stream? Like, that's how little I know about them. Just the slash command. Okay. Slash... raid? Slash... Oh, this is the wrong one. Slash. Did I close it? Hang on. Raid channel. Okay. Channel. Like that? Did I do it? Okay, there you all go. Go Raider. Have fun. Watch her kill people. Alright, I'm gonna go. Y'all have fun. Have a great night. I'm gonna go, like, sit on the toilet for a while. Bye, y'all.